Hello everyone, welcome back to our Facebook Live series where we tackle different topics related to breast health, breast cancer, and Komen. I'm Katharina Kang, the Mission Programs Director for Komen North and West Texas. As a reminder, you can catch all of our latest videos either here on our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel. Just search for Komen North and West Texas. Breast cancer is the most commonly diagnosed cancer among females in nearly every racial and ethnic group in the United States. However, the past 25 years have seen much improvement in treatments and overall breast cancer care, which have greatly increased survival rates over the years. During this time, overall breast cancer mortality rates have decreased by as much as 40% and continue to decline. These trends indicate real progress. Unfortunately, improvement has not occurred equally among all populations. Many racial and ethnic groups within the United States continue to be disproportionately burdened by high incidence rates, which refers to new cases of breast cancer, and mortality rates of breast cancer. These differences lead to what is often referred to as disparities. Disparities affect how different communities are impacted by breast cancer incidence, mortality, and survival. Understanding these differences is critical to reducing breast cancer disparities. Disparities do not describe all health differences. Disparities are the result of health differences that may arise from inequities such as intentional or unintentional discrimination and/or social advantage. They may include, but are not limited to, health differences among populations according to race, ethnicity, ancestry, cultural factors, socioeconomic status, age, sexual orientation, geography, disability, or other characteristics associated with social inequity or discrimination. We'll be examining breast cancer disparities as it pertains to different racial and ethnic groups for the next several episodes of our Facebook Live series. Today, we'll discuss breast cancer among the Asian and Pacific Islander population. According to the Pew Research Center, a record 20 million Asian Americans trace their roots to more than 20 countries in East and Southeast Asia and the Indian subcontinent, each with unique histories, cultures, languages, and other characteristics. While no single country of origin group dominates the U.S. Asian population, the largest groups are of Chinese, Indian, and Filipino origin. The different Asian ethnicities are Central Asians, which include Afghanis, Armenians, and Mongolians; East Asians, which include Chinese, Japanese, and Korean; Native Hawaiians and Pacific Islanders in the U.S. jurisdictions and territories, which include Fijians, Hawaiians, Samoans, and Tongans; Southeast Asians, which include Cambodians, Filipinos, Indonesian, and Vietnamese; South Asians, which include Indian, Pakistani, and Sri Lankan; and finally, West Asians. This is a contested term. Most people from the region do not self-identify as such. West Asia is typically referred to as the Middle East and geographically includes the countries of Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Syria, Turkey, and the United Arab Emirates. When you compare the incidence rates across very broad populations, Asian and Pacific Islanders have one of the lowest rates behind Caucasians, African Americans, and Hispanic people. But we know that rates can vary a lot between different subgroups. The racial category of Asian and Pacific Islander includes many smaller ethnic groups, which we mentioned earlier, that are highly diverse in terms of lifestyles, healthcare practices, socioeconomic status, and other factors that can affect breast cancer rates. In fact, research shows that Asian women do not have uniformly rates of breast cancer. Filipinos have a much higher incidence rate compared with other Asian groups. U.S.-born Asian women have higher incidence rates compared with foreign-born Asian women. And some Pacific Islanders, such as Japanese or Hawaiian women, have been found to have incidence rates higher than Caucasian women. Since 2003, breast cancer incidence among the larger Asian and Pacific Islander female population has increased. While there are many factors in this trend, immigration and acculturation to American society provide some clarification. Usually immigrants in the U.S., including those from Asia, have higher breast cancer incidence rates similar to those in their home country. However, the daughters and granddaughters of immigrants tend to adopt American lifestyle behaviors. These may include things that increase breast cancer risk, such as changes in diet or having children later in life. Over time, breast cancer incidence become closer to incidence in the U.S. This may explain some of the increase in breast cancer incidence among Asian American women. Regarding screening patterns, Asian women have slightly lower rates of breast cancer screening than Black women and white women. Compared to white women, Asian women in the U.S. also have more delays in follow-up care after an abnormal mammogram. Breast cancer is the second leading cause of cancer death in Asian American women, with lung cancer as the major cause of cancer death. However, breast cancer mortality rates vary among different Asian ethnic groups in the U.S. Unfortunately, there have not been many studies focusing on ethnic-specific groups to understand the national burden among the larger Asian and Pacific Islander population. While we don't know the specific reasons for these lower screening rates and delays to follow-up care, we know breast cancer disparities play a significant factor for Asian and Pacific Islander women. For many women, the main reason behind differences in mammography screening rates in the United States is health insurance. Women who do not have health insurance are much less likely to get mammograms than women with health insurance. Worrying about costs, lack of a regular healthcare provider, lack of knowledge of breast cancer risks and screening methods, these are common but very real barriers for Asian and Pacific Islander women and all women who need access to life-saving screening and breast cancer treatment services. That's where Komen, North and West Texas comes in. We partner with programs in our communities to help break down barriers that neighbors and communities face when it comes to receiving breast health services. For example, one of our grantees, the Asian Breast Health Outreach Project, provides free education and free or low-cost services to women in our service area, but specializes in providing culturally accessible education and breast health service information to our Asian community. Their trained staff has representatives that speak English, Cantonese, Hindi, Korean, Mandarin, Urdu, and Vietnamese, so they can help women in our community better understand routine breast health screenings and what to do in the case of a breast cancer diagnosis. If you or someone you know needs a mammogram or other breast health service, please contact our office or visit our website and we can put you in touch with one of our grant-funded programs to find a breast health provider in your area. For this month's Komen Scholar Spotlight, we'd like to feature Marian Johnson Thompson, PhD. She is Professor Emerita of Biology and Environmental Services, University of the District of Columbia, where she worked for 23 years, and an adjunct professor, Maternal and Child Health, School of Public Health, University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. As a cancer researcher, microbiologist, and educator, Dr. Johnson Thompson began her career at UDC and later joined the National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences and an Institute of the National Institutes of Health, where she retired after 16 years as Director of Education and Biomedical Research Development. A longtime advocate for health equity, she is frequently invited to address issues of science equity, health disparities, and environmental justice, science, technology, engineering, and math, and mentoring issues and human subjects protection. Dr. Johnson Thompson was NIEHS IRB Chair for 8 years. An avid Komen supporter, she has participated in many Komen national and local programs and events, and she has been part of the Komen's Advocate Advisory Task Force since 2014. Dr. Johnson Thompson's role as a mentor has been recognized in many awards. In 2009, she even received the Outstanding Alumni Achievement Award from Howard and is featured as a Science History Maker, an online repository of outstanding African American contributors housed at the Library of Congress. This year, she was the subject of an entire chapter in Women in Microbiology, where the author wrote that Dr. Johnson Thompson's life's work has directly and indirectly led to the production of female scientists in academia, industry, and government, and her contribution to the pipeline continues to grow exponentially. To learn more about Dr. Johnson Thompson and our other scholars, visit komen.org/meetOurScholars. That's it for this month. We've got a lot of great events coming up in the next several weeks, including our Amarillo More Than Pink Walk on September 28th. Details are on our website. Go to KomenNWTX.org to register today. Thanks, and we'll see you next month.